what's good? My beautiful case, your great key, your favorite second on soup, and we're back with another super production. Earth signs. Quick disclaimer if you're new here, we're going to be doing a collective portion for all Earth signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, rest in Vedic astrology. If you guys happen to be cross-watching for Earth sign, that portion will be at the end of today's reading. There will be times down below for your earliest convenience. That means if you're interested in inquiring about a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or if you are interested in my Earth signs and knowing what a tarot reader would like to tell someone about you, if you're inquiring about that, all the information will be below in the description box, and it'll be at the end of today's reading. But we will be doing a collective reading to see, generally speaking, what is going on for my Earth signs. Again, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Western Vedic astrology, in the collective portion. So I digress. Let's just dive straight into your reading. I feel like you guys are currently expressing yourself at the time which you find this reading, Earth signs, as being a little bit strategic. I feel like that people might perceive you in one light, and you might perceive yourself as another type of way. Okay, the Seven of Swords makes me feel like that people might be giving you a lot of compliments, because people definitely are looking at you and giving you a lot of like grace, like, oh, you're doing so good, or you're da-da-da-da, and it might be that you don't perceive yourself in the same light that other people perceive you in. I also feel like that you're in a space to where you're being very strategic with who you deal with and how, what you say. I feel like you might even find yourself a little bit tense. I don't know if you guys are just introverts or what, but it feels like that you're putting your hand in different pots, trying new things. It might be that you're trying to like open yourself up to new friendships, open yourself up to new experiences. It might be that you guys are being a little bit mischievous to a certain degree. Like, it might be something that people don't feel like that you don't do anymore, but you do, or people feel like that you aren't capable of or wouldn't do that you're doing. But something like that. It's like, I'm the bad guy. That's Billie Eilish. What's her name? Whatever her fucking name is. Something like that could be significant. Is she an Earth sign? I don't know. Let me look it up. What's her name? Billie? Is it Irish? Eilish. Oh, Lord. I'm talking about Irish. Who the fuck is Billie Irish? What sign is she? She's Sagittarius. Okay. Interesting. You may have a Sagittarius that's very close to you, or a fire sign. Okay. I don't know if this is a sibling, a best friend, or what, but I don't know. Like, something about that. You might have a connection with Sagittarius. I don't know how that's significant, but that might be a special, like, boop, like confirmation for those of you who are tapping in, or if you're watching for a Earth sign, like special confirmation for that situation. But it definitely does feel like that there might be some conversations where you're not getting back to people as soon as you could, or you're not responding to people as soon as you could. You just might be wanting to like go into yourself. It might be that you're portraying yourself as being mentally in a better space than what you are. We're going to skip forward to the Eight of Swords, and I feel like that there's something on your mind that is really bothering you. Okay, you have a lot of anxiety. It might be that you have a little bit of survivor's remorse. Maybe you got over something or you moved through something, but it's like, well, so-and-so might be going through this, or how do people perceive me? You're very concerned about things that people just don't see. And it's like a lot about image. Okay, you have the 7 and 8 of Swords. That's a successing energy. You also have the 6 of Swords. So it's a lot about, I feel like you finally organized some things in your life, and I feel like you are advancing, but there is this little guilt knowing like things are going to excel for you, and there's some people that you've either stepped on to get to this point, or that you walked away from, that you might have remorse, so you might have like a lingering energy behind your head, like, oh, this person should be here with me. I don't know if you're grieving, or I don't know if this like a death or something like that. This is like grieving like certain friends that you don't communicate with in the same capacity, because the 2 of Swords does represent your platonic connections, right? And it just feels like that people might be looking at you like, damn, does so-and-so not fuck with me no more? It's this person, like, it just feels like you're in your head, and people are definitely noticing a shift in how you interact with them, but they're not necessarily knowing what it is. Some people are taking it really personally. It might be that there's a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or Aries, Leo, Sagittarius specifically, that might be taking the distance between you and them very personally. There's a lot about people. You have a lot of overthinkers that you deal with on a platonic level, with their friends or family, exes, co-workers, etc. They might take your silence as a sign of disinterest. So I did feel like there's some people who are making their own theories about, this seclusion that you guys are operating in. But that's just typically what comes with being an Earth sign. A lot of times Earth signs have the tendency, especially Capricorns, to just go within themselves, and they tend not to update people, and this tends to come across as a way that it doesn't. Sometimes when earth signs are stressed because they're concerned about being of assistance to others, their misery doesn't love company, so they just are like, let me just stay to myself. People typically perceive that because sometimes with certain people they can be performatively nice, but when their cup is completely empty, they just don't have that to give. And for some of you guys could be just faking it till you make it, but again, if people are just acting weird or whatever with you, or people just get quiet after they talk to you, it's because generally speaking they've noticed that there's a shift in how you're dealing with them, and they're making their own theories about that. In what capacity, it's going to vary based off each individual relationship. You know these people personally, so you probably know what they're thinking, but that in itself brings its own triggers and stress, because it's like you already thinking about your own thoughts, your own stress, and concerning yourself with other people. It can just be overwhelming, which is why you're probably isolating yourself in the beginning, or why you're being very strategic with what you say, who you say it, and how often you respond, because you're not in the mood to deal with people. You're not going to be responding to messages or conversations really quickly because you want people to take a hint, okay, that you just kind of want to be by yourself. Okay, now how people perceiving you, Six of Swords, generally speaking, people look at you as moving on from them. Okay, maybe people look at you as happier without them being present, and although they're happy for you, it might be that if there's a relationship that's in your life, or if it's not a relationship, generally speaking, people just feel like that, I don't know. I keep hearing if happy is her, I'm happy for you. So there's some conversations, there's some people that you didn't update, some things that you kind of kept to yourself regarding somebody. And there's some people who recognize that whether it's a romantic connection or platonic connection, that there's somebody that you cling to in particular, and there's some other people that you're cutting back from. And these people, like I said, they're creating their own theories. And it doesn't feel like people are charging you to your heart, because they're just happy that you appear to be in a better space. Some people are maybe even thinking that, maybe I was the problem. Maybe I was the person that was making this person depressed or keeping them stagnant. They seem to be, since they got in a relationship or since they've separated from me, they seem to be happier. It may not be that you're happier. You just probably are used to these particular people or this particular person being concerned about you, and you don't want to make that something that stresses them out or brings them down. But that's not how they're taking it. Okay, the Six of Swords talks about, you moving away with minimal baggage, and just moving forth in hopes for the best. So people are definitely looking at you as somebody that, has put down some burdens and is putting some things behind them and is moving to a positive direction. Little do they know that you're actually going through it mentally. You might be a little bit depressed in the present moment, And this is something where if I feel like that you are struggling with anything regarding depression, I just would, and as I always encourage you to turn to the Word. With the Two of Cups being present, you're viewing yourself in the present moment like you might be in love with two different people, or you might find yourself like, I don't know why this is also giving pause. Like, I kissed a girl and I liked it. Either you kiss somebody, some of you guys, it's like a fierce lesbian situation, or this could be, and it might be something that brings its own like thing, especially if you grew up in a homophobic family. It's like, I like a girl, what do I do about that? Blah, 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 blah. If you're creating distance between you and a homegirl or a friend or something like that, it's like, it's because I like you and I shouldn't. For some of you guys, it could be that. For others of you guys, this Two of Cups, this could be somebody you used to have like really like, I don't know, like you could be in a connection with somebody else and still thinking about the times where you used to kiss somebody else and it was like really good kisses. Like, oh my gosh, like, if I could just, can I get a kiss? And can we make it last forever? I said I'm about to go to war. I don't know if I will see you again. I know I can't sing, but something like that. Like, I don't know. Like, he was saying, okay. It's like you guys have been in your head about something. Like, it's like I should not be thinking about this situation. Not be thinking about this person. I'm supposed to be in love, so it ain't no breaking up. So we're supposed to be in love. That's Kevin Gates. Ain't no way that we can talk about it. We're supposed to be in love. So something like that could be significant, where you might have moved on from somebody fairly quickly, if that. And it's like, I was supposed to be in love with that person, and I kind of just moved on to this situation. But you still probably be thinking about or missing someone's lips. Something like that could be significant. I don't know. This person could be about, or this could be like being with somebody or dealing with somebody and talking to somebody and actively thinking about somebody else with this Two of Cups being present. Messy, okay? Because your love life is clarified by the Star card and the Knight of Wands. Interestingly enough, it feels like that you might be pouring into something that's pouring back into you. And it's not that you don't care about that person, but it's also something where you and this person probably haven't communicated, or you aren't supposed to feel these emotions for this particular individual, but you do. With this Star card, it's like this person might be somebody that either has a platform on social media, or that you watch from a distance, or that you have like a E connection with, meaning like Only time I really see you is on the internet, or we text from time to time, or you call, you check on me from time to time. But this feels like with the Knight of Wands, you have like a very deep sexual attraction towards this person that you're actively trying to suppress and fight off. Like, I should not be thinking about this person. I should not be, longing for this person. I shouldn't even care about what this person has going on. But I don't know. It's like San Andreas. And he was like, damn, there we go, here we go again, when he got dropped back in the hood. And I don't know why I'm hearing I can ease your mind, baby. I know what you're thinking. It's alright. I know it's alright. Yeah. This might be somebody that you know probably is wondering like why you haven't contacted them, or why things are awkward, like you've been distanced with this person, or just completely weird. And they've noticed. Yeah, they've noticed. And it's like you probably are like, I wish I could just put them on to make them want to marry me. Yeah, something like that. I wish I could just give you something. But it's like if you were to go and give your attention to that, that's going to want more of you. It's going to demand more of you because you already know what that situation. This might be somebody that you ghosted, to be honest with you guys, that you feel like that you're holding out hope for possibly having another encounter with sexually, but it's like that's like not an option for some of you guys. You might see this person in your dreams. Or this might be somebody that you probably sabotaged your connection with this person, and that is a Taurus, so it's a confirmation. You probably sabotaged your connection with this person due to like maybe you feel like they were out of your league, maybe they just seem to be good to be true. Yvette also has a song about cheating. Don't throw this love away. Don't take your love away. He's like, I'm a man and we make mistakes, but baby, please don't take your love away. Don't take your love away, baby. Don't take your love away from me. And it's like you can't really have this conversation with either one of them because it's not going to make either parties feel good. But it is something that stresses you, and that could be something that could be stressful. For others, if it's not like you stuck between two people, it could be like maybe you was in a long-term relationship with somebody, and it's like I'm genuinely not as into this, and I know you really love me, and I feel like it would be wrong for me to just drop you like a bad habit. But I kind of feel like I will do better just single. Like I don't really feel the need or the desire to be committed to one thing in the present moment. That could be where you're at, and it's like a guilt surrounding it. It's like I'm trying to fight it off because, I'm trying to keep the fire going between me and this person. But, I just want to be by myself. But right now I feel like I'm thriving being single. I'm loving being single, or I feel I would love to be single right now. When it comes to your finances, I'm seeing this is represented by the Justice. You probably finally got yourself something that you really want for yourself, and finally finding balance. You're probably even able to help people that helped you out along the way, which just probably feels really good for you. I don't feel like you're in major debt or anything like that. The Four of Pentacles talks about, you probably got a job opportunity that you do not want to lose. It's like, there's some good money. I'm holding on to it. But it's probably that every time you get money, you spend it. You probably could stand to save. Some of you guys, you probably have afterpay or daily pay, or you can borrow from your check, or you probably had a relationship with your bosses where you could say, hey, can I get an advance on my money, or whatever the case may be. And you had a type of relationship where, you can do what you want. But it just feels like wherever it is that you are career-wise, you don't want to leave this place because they take good care of you, which is good. When it comes to your mental health, Ten of Cups, Eight of Swords is your mental health. Spirituality, Ten of Cups, right? I do feel like that you have some people in heaven that are very proud of you. Might be a parent or people that helped raise you particularly. Maybe like an older brother, older sister, a mother, something like that. Like there's people that were instrumental, grandfather, something like that, were instrumental in upbringing you, that are definitely smiling upon you and are guarding you. You have definitely have a lot of guardian angels in the present moment that are very proud of the work that you have done. So I feel like that is something that needs to be said. You are definitely heavily protected. King of Swords represents your physical health. Honestly, like there's some things that you could cut out, but you're not going to because it's things that you know that are wrong, but you like to do it. Might be a substance or a vice. You already know whatever issues you have regarding your health. It just feels like you're stubborn and not wanting to change it. And I'm not going to waste my breath telling you what you already know. So Ace of Cups represents, generally speaking, what you don't see coming. It's clarified by the Five of Pentacles. It might be that something or someone that you're longing for also desires you. It just doesn't feel like that it's appropriate to say it. But you might have an opportunity for closure. Someone may give you forgiveness. This might even be if you guys are wanting a relationship that you have with somebody to be restored so that you can stay faithful. This might be something that occurs. Or if this is just, generally speaking, you just have like with the Ace of Cups, someone's going to do something nice for you. Someone that loves you is going to do something nice for you, and it's going to make you smile, let you know they still care. Five of Pentacles, which you aren't seeing behind the scenes, that's going on. There is somebody, this person either probably has pink hair, this person probably is like pretending to be happy or like, being cool on you. But this person here, they're probably taking a separation between you and them as being a little bit harder than what it is. I don't know if this is like your child or somebody young or somebody you used to date. There's definitely a feminine energy, and I feel like he portrays himself as a rebel, somebody that acts like that they're just unbothered by everything, but they're really going through it. And I feel like this person here, I feel like they're trying to work on their relationship with God and getting close to the Most High, because right now they probably have found that they've isolated themselves from a lot of people, not just you, and they feel a little bit scorned. Not that that's not your problem or something. Maybe not that's something you can worry about, but it's just something that, is going on. So if you guys are interested in more information about that person, I recommend that you cross-watch for that particular person's sign. So if they're a fire sign, you go to the cross-watchers portion and watch Aries and Sagittarius. If they're a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, you go to the cross-watchers portion on their designated reading, and you watch to see what's going on with that person. You'll know who that individual is. It's going to be different for all of you guys, but we pretty much got through your spread fairly quickly. We're going to go through the cross-watchers portion for your particular reading, and we're just going to dive straight into that. What's good? We're back to the cross-watchers portion. If you missed the disclaimer in the beginning, just to clarify, this is what a tarot reader would tell you, someone about your sign, or this is what you should know about whatever signs you're inquiring about, whether they're a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and we have a collective unifying energy. We're going to do the final remarks at the end of today's reading, okay? We're going to start off with Taurus, then we're going to do Virgo, then we're going to do Capricorn, and final remarks at the very end. So, representing romantically, if you're dealing with a Taurus romantically, we'll do platonic next. But if you're dealing with a Taurus romantically, over the next 30 days, what you can expect from this person is holding something back. This person here, they might have a lot of remorse for things they've done in the past. This person doesn't want to hurt you. But if I'm being fully honest, this person here has sexual urges that they're suppressing. If you're dealing with Taurus in a romantic sense, this person here may have a desire to cheat or to step outside this relationship, but they're making efforts not to. There's somebody else that they're thinking about. They know they shouldn't be thinking about. And this person may have, I don't want to say trick tendencies, but they might have those tendencies, to be honest with you. But, they're trying to do the right thing. I could say that they're trying to do the right thing. This feels like somebody that probably another fire sign thinking about. Aries or Sagittarius. If it's not a relationship romantically, if they're thinking about stepping out on, if you and this person have had a disagreement regarding a platonic situation with a fire sign, Aries or Sagittarius, this is somebody that's thinking about stepping against what you said and doing something anyway. It just feels like if you're dealing with a Taurus romantically, this person here is trying to honor their commitment that they said with you, but there's something that they're dealing with or suppressing that's bothering them. Some of you guys, it could be regarding their children, because there's this lion here, so it could be their pride, or a lion's pride is their family, or it can be their pride regarding they feel like that for them to be a certain type of way, they should have multiple loves or whatever, and they may feel like it makes them a simp to do the right thing, but they also love you very much and they want to honor your relationship and they don't want you to feel stupid. Okay, it just feels like that you may be a water sign. This person here just doesn't want you to be somebody that they don't trust, that you can't trust. It feels like you guys are finally getting to a space to where there's peace, right? And they recognize they want to spend the rest of their life with you, and they don't want to sabotage something based off something temporary. So I would say that this is a good time to spice things up within you and this person's relationship, because it definitely feels like they're making their due diligence and they're actively trying to fight off or suppress some lusty tendencies that they may have, or some tendencies that they may have to just do things on their own. Like this person here, they may recognize that you may have created distance between you and them because maybe they're snippy, maybe they're rude, or maybe they're confrontational. Maybe this person here, they might be jealous-hearted simply because they have things that they're suppressing on their own, things that they dealing with that they just not communicating with you. If you're dealing with a Taurus on a platonic sense, like friend, family, co-worker, whatever, feels like this person has some remorse because they know that they've done something, they let you down in some capacity. And I feel like this person here is going to be on their head. It's going to be something to where you're going to hold your head high regarding something, but you're kind of going to be dealing with this person on a certain type of tip, and they're going to know it's directly related to something that they did to you. Like, it just feels like you're going to be creating distance between you and this person, and they're kind of going to be, it's like, owie, did I do that? Like, yeah, you might have been somebody that, you know, the Taurus typically depict somebody in an uncomfortable position, holding on to things and doing things that they could really just release themselves from that burden. So maybe this is somebody where you, the cross watcher, you were doing things to help this person to be accessible, and it may have been that you felt like eventually, like, wait, I don't have to go as hard as I do. I'm alone in this, and I'm stressing myself out, and I'm never going to get the approval or recognition for what I'm doing, because nobody ever gives kudos or props to the person holding two swords and they're in an uncomfortable position. As long as you're doing and at the sense of yourself, people just feel like, well, that's just your, that's what, nobody's asking you to do that, continue to do that. But when you decide that I'm going to set boundaries and I'm no longer going to do that, that's when people start to notice, like, wow, they were really holding on to a lot of stuff, and I didn't realize what they were doing until they stopped doing it. Something like that could be significant. So it's just something where you're not going to update this person, but they're going to feel the distance between you and this person. You're dealing with Taurus platonically. Like, there's some remorse that they have where they probably handled the situation wrong. Maybe they said something to you that was wrong. Maybe they did something wrong. I don't know, but it just feels like they're going to have remorse regarding it. Now, we're going to move on to Virgo. Dealing with Virgo in a romantic stance, this person has other suitors. You're not the only one. I will tell you that. And it's Virgos in an energy to where it can be completely honest. They don't care who they cut off. You know, you're on a free trial with this person. Tread lightly is what I want to tell you with this Virgo. They can smile in your face, but don't get it twisted. This person is very cunning, very manipulative. They could be doing the same thing to 12 other people and you not even know it. Just to be honest with you, wouldn't put all my eggs in one basket with this Virgo unless you go come harder and, you know, and you're willing to compete. Because this person here, they're very selfish. I can tell you that. If you're dealing with a Virgo in a platonic sense, Page of Pentacles clarified by the Queen of Pentacles, this person here may feel as though, I don't know, like this person might, in a weird way, I think this person here, they kind of like being the center of attention. So you might notice this person might not invite you to do certain things, or you might be like behind the scenes friend. I don't really like that, to be honest. Ain't nobody gonna be dealing with me on their own time. But this person may really like being around you because there's certain skills and abilities that you have that they kind of want to siphon. So I would keep some things to myself. This person start asking you where you get certain stuff from, how you do certain stuff. It's like they're just dry fishing so that they can use that to better themselves. Like, this person not going to hold you. Like, I would treat this person like business. You know, I wouldn't give this person no more than what they're giving me. They're a little bit fake. I feel like this is somebody that will be in your face, like that your relationship with them is closer than what it is. But in reality, the situation is that this person here, like, they kind of, maybe this person got around you because they probably thought that you were somebody, like, I don't know if they thought you was less attractive than them, or they thought that you were somebody that, you know, like, they could little girl, they probably thought was beneath them to a certain degree, or maybe somebody that they thought you can manipulate into doing things, because maybe you were so generous, you just was doing stuff off the bat for people because you're just the type of person. But for this person, they're kind of weird because this person probably was thinking they was getting over on you, but you just a genuinely helpful person. So I would just say, when it comes to this Virgo, like, I will keep my money to myself. I'll keep my resources to myself. Anything that I'm doing to better myself, I would just have discernment. Don't mean you can't interact with this person and be like cordial, but it just needs to be that cordial. Everybody not your friend, everybody ain't your partner, everybody ain't a real nigga. But if I say I got you type shit, you know. But this person here, they're a little bit grimy. You know, don't get the pretty face or the cute face or the their energy conflicted with reality, because it's not the same thing. To be honest with you. Yeah, I would just keep this person at arm's bay, because this person here, they are kind of like a personality thief. Not gonna hold your energy vampire. You might have said something and posted something that kind of hit close to home, but they're hell bent on not looking like that it applied to them. Like, they don't want you. If you called this person out, whether it was on accident or on purpose, they're hell bent on trying to convince you that they're not the type of person. Like, they want to distract you from the fact that they're just not who, like, you probably met somebody else and talking to this person, but something kind of resonated with them. You know, you've been through some people in your family that act like this person. And if they remind you of somebody in particular over the next 30 days, take that as a sign. Okay, we're going to move on to my Capricorns. If you're dealing with a Capricorn in a romantic sense, 4 of Pentacles, 4 of Cups, and the 6 of Swords being present. This person here is presenting themselves as they're holding things in, but they're not over you, is what I want to say. This person here, or they're not over somebody that they presented themselves as being past. Like, if you're in a relationship with this person might be telling you that they're not thinking about somebody that they're definitely thinking about. If you are, this is an ex situation, something like that, this person here, they might be not communicating with you. They might be spending money or portraying themselves as being very happy. But this is somebody that what you aren't seeing, they're trying to buy their happiness. They're trying to surround themselves in situations so they don't think about you. And although they may have something in someone in their life that might be good for them, doesn't mean they don't think about you. There's a lot of like energy sharing. This person may feel as though you moved on from them. They feel like the best thing for you was for you to leave. It took them a lot of courage to walk away from you because they felt inadequate next to you. Probably felt like they couldn't measure up. And this person here, they have a lot of mental health issues, okay? Because this person's socks, if you look at them, look like grippy socks, like type vibes. This person might be a little bit depressed or crazy. I don't know why it's giving. Take your medication moment. Take your medication moment. You be okay. So this person look cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I feel like they're crazy for you, but they're not willing to share that. Like, this person here, it might be this person didn't realize what they had till it was gone. Not telling you to go back to this person, but the Four of Pentacles just feels like that this person here, they withhold this from you deliberately. I don't know if it's because they're trying to comfort the next bitch feelings or the next motherfucker feelings, but it definitely feels like that they're purposely not expressing how they genuinely feel about you or somebody else to you. It feels like this person here, they're selfish, generally speaking, and they know that in providing you some sort of closure or clarity, it will make things easier for you, but they're just not doing that. The Six of Swords talks about that this is somebody that you should feel confident in moving away from. You didn't lose them, they lost you. You understand what I'm saying? So don't dwell on it. Just know that this person here hasn't really moved on the way they're presenting themselves as moving on. Okay, if you're dealing with a Capricorn in a platonic sense, though, this person has a lot going on. They're trying to keep up appearances and trying to make sure that they don't let anybody down. This person has a lot on their plate, okay? And this Capricorn with this Hermit energy, just don't take this person's silence as like disinterest or anything like that, or like they're being funny. They just genuinely have a lot going on, period. This person here, they're a perfectionist and they're very concerned with upkeeping, like I said, an image of perfection. They feel like that if they don't do something right or they don't succeed in something, that inherently makes them a failure in entirety, which isn't true. But this person just wants to do things for themselves. They kind of, for some of you guys, they may look up to you with a lot of pentacles. You probably inspire this person, but they probably feel like they have big shoes to fill regarding like their family. I don't know if like their mom, has high expectations for them, or their parents did really good things. So it just feels like that they just feel like that, they just have to suck it up, buttercup, and just keep it pressing and do the right thing and not complain and succeed in everything. Or they feel like that it means that they suck. That's just how they perceive things. They just kind of want to do the right thing. That's just this Capricorn in platonic sense. Even with this romantic situation, I feel like they're trying to do the right thing, and they feel like the right thing is by not bothering you. And I feel like that's the right thing too. The Page of Cups represents the unifying energy. This is the refiner remarks for my earth signs. I would say that when it comes to the earth signs, guys, I think that many of them are remorseful and apologetic for ways that they was doing. Even this Virgo that I was picking up on, where they just kind of fake. You call them out and they kind of feel bad, like, damn, I kind of was treating him a certain type of way, I shouldn't be doing that. But the Page of Cups kind of feels like that if you feel like something is fishy with these people, you're not wrong. Like, you're not tripping when it comes to these earth signs. Like, there's definitely some things going on subconsciously that are more than what meets the eye. It's just different for each particular sign. So with that being said, you made it to the end of this reading. Of course, I love you guys to the moon and back, and around those social. I'll see you guys later. Bye.